Great Scott, can you hear me? Um, Let me know what the audio is like. I've never really tried streaming before, so it's going to be a learning curve at first. How are we sounding? Sign into chat. Hold up. Come on. Sounds good, my man. What is up, everybody? So can y'all like see what's going on my little Daggerfall screen here? Really not getting great. The little panel in YouTube isn't showing me much, so I'd like some confirmation from y'all in addition to the OBS window. Is that the Martin Septim? Are you kidding me? Dude, long live the Dragonfires, am I right, brother? The sun's burning my bare skin. I'm back at it again. I forgot how to deal with these mods. Okay, so y'all can see it and hear it. This is great. Let me know if something needs to be adjusted, all right? Um, I'm glad you're enjoying the game, Turbo Killer. No game audio. Yeah, I have it set kind of quiet. Oh, look at that. All right. Let me know if that's a little too much. This music can be like excruciating sometimes, you know what I mean? You do be looking like a Nord. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna turn that down just a little bit. Maybe I should turn my headset down. Sorry guys, still ironing out the kinks here. So, long time no see. Hope everybody's been having a good time since like August 6th, the last time I uploaded. Been a hot minute. I figured Hudson is with his grandparents tonight. Got a couple hours before I need to go to sleep. What better time is it? To try to do some streaming for the first time, am I right? Kind of get the... Oh, tomorrow's Halloween too, and this is going to be a kind of spooky segment, so it should line up pretty well. So what we're doing here, gotta make sure that we've got our horse with us. All right, I'm super scared of leaving my horse behind all the time. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and scoot on over to the next town over. I kind of want to kill a lot of time. You see, I started recording an episode a while back where I was diving into Direnni Tower, doing that whole gameplay arc. But I got a little bored of trying to find the quest target, go figure. And I didn't, I just kind of stopped playing and never came back to it. I just haven't been that interested in playing video games lately. I just have like a huge schedule, I guess, a lot to do in my day, and I just have a hard time fitting video games into it. So I stepped away from it and haven't really looked back. I'm saying all this to say that we need to kill like 15 or 30 in-game days of time to be able to for Direnni Tower to reset, so that we can go back there and we can like fight the Dangerous Seducer together and all that fun stuff. But man, I can't remember where the alchemists in this province are at all. Maybe I just haven't been to this city much. Yes, Mr. Jarek Morgul, this is my first stream. I'm usually I'm too intimidated by tech issues to want to try to stream. Also, with the whole, you know, Hudson's always here to wake up normally. I don't usually have time to stream where I feel like I will be uninterrupted. So yeah, I don't stream often. This is just me taking the plunge, sort of. So yeah, welcome to the very first Micah Raygun stream. So, man, I had this notification a second ago that was telling me I was too heavy, that I was weighed down a bunch of stuff, but I only have like a bunch of treasure to sell. I don't even have that much gold on me, right? How much gold do I have? 813, so I was wondering, like, is this the time to start selling off all my stuff to try to buy a ship to start keeping my stuff on? We know that Bogard, you know, with his little libertarian mindset, does not trust banks, and he does not want his money to be held onto by someone else. So if we want to get a place to store our items and manage our carry weight, like buying a ship is the best way to do it. But I really don't think that I have the gold for it, you know, like we do have a lot of stuff to sell. We have plenty of jewelry, but this is just like 1 or 2 shops of burgling, you know? It's not like a ton of stuff. Another option, if we really want to do the ship thing, would be to find a dungeon to clear out and then start like keeping piles of treasure inside the dungeon. And then it feels less like the money's in the bank. You know what? I feel better about that. We're just gonna put the pin in the whole the ship idea for now. And since I'm doing a bad job of finding alchemists, I'm just going to... We're gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm gonna go over here to this port town, and this is kind of breaking my usual gameplay loop of stay in one place and, you know, explore there as long as you can. But in the name of expediting the dungeon diving, we're gonna go ahead and scoot on over to Wayrest, because let's pull up our map here. Wayrest is right next to Murwark Hollow, and I think there are like 6 alchemists between them. And I really, really would like some potions of healing. In case you have not been to this dungeon, Direnni Tower, before, rest assured there are plenty of baddies for us to have to fight. But we just want potions of healing to be able to survive all of those things. But yeah, it's been nice having a bit of a dopamine break from kind of craving video games throughout the day and trying to squeeze in like this amount of video games here during my work day, and like doing it on my lunch break or before bed. I've been sleeping really, really well. Let's see. I've gotten into a habit of running now that it has cooled down slightly in Texas. Not really a ton, like it's still in the 80s all the time. But there's almost no better feeling than waking up early on a Saturday morning and just like, you know, heading out the door while it's still kind of dark and watching the sunrise. I used to go for like 3 miles at a time. But I've been kind of pushing that some. I ended up... nearby villagers ran away. Did I do something? What were my crimes? Okay, I don't know what I did. Was I sprinting, y'all? I might have been sprinting. What if I just pay the fine? I don't think that they'll catch me in time. Let's see. Okay, got a heal true. Fire resist would be great. Oh no, we already have fire resist. We need shock resist. Potion of stamina is good since we're fighting vampires in this place. Oh, there's the other Micah. Hey, I remember you, Micah. What's up, man? Yeah, I hear you, Mr. Social Justice Monk. It's just, this is not my priority. I'm glad that people enjoy my content, but it's just not my priority. I started this channel because I wanted to have like an opinion thrown out into the void about Daggerfall's dungeon. I really didn't expect it to gain any traction, and I didn't have any expectation for viewers and subscribers. So I'm glad people watch the content, but I'm not going to feel like I'm obligated to do it because you know, subscribers come and go. This is as you've seen in my last month's activity, it's just not very high on my list of priorities, you know? Are we gonna keep the stream uploaded when it finishes? Yep, as long as I know the sort of hoops that I need to jump through to make that happen on a technical perspective, then yeah, I'll definitely do that. Oh, dude, am I just... criminal conspiracy. Dude, I forgot. Dude. Dude, you're hilarious. I forgot that, like, we're a wanted man in Wayrest. It's been that long that that I've played the game that I forget that, like, they hate me here. Do we bribe the guard and do we surrender? Of course not. How could I be so ridiculous? Alright, let's find the quickest path to Murwark Hollow. Very well could be trolling. Very well could be. We are on the internet, after all. Strange territories. But yeah, I want to talk about my running adventures because it's been a lot of fun. Actually, there's some... I started recording that episode, right? And I left out a bit of updates that I did record in that episode that I haven't really shared. And that's just how fun it's been to go climbing outdoors. And yeah, they're just going to be on my tail the whole time, I guess. Climbing outdoors and running. It seems like every time I go climbing outdoors, I make new friends. And that's just like such a cool little experience. So I went climbing on my birthday back in September. Me and my climbing buddy, we share a birthday, and so we did some outdoor climbing at the Nolan River, which is a place kind of south of the Dallas area. And while we were out there, we heard the voices of like 2 other people approaching. And like we went out there and saw that they had a crash pad, which is like a protective gear to use while you're bouldering. Yeah, we just... You see somebody in that situation, it's like, okay, it's like you're a kid again. It's like, oh, do you want to play? I want to play. Okay, we're friends now. So on a separate occasion, after we exchanged information, I went out to a different river. It's closer to the Brazos River. And was meeting up with that other friend that I had just made. And then we made a new friend who went out there to do photography. And then he saw some people going to do bouldering. He's like, all right, sign me up. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I don't have any of the alchemists marked on my map here, so that's a little unfortunate. Here's one. Yeah, my son is very young. He's gonna be 2 in January. But you know, it's been a lot of like beyond just taking care of Hudson, which is a real concern. That's normally why I would record instead of streaming. I just have a lot of stuff I want to do with my evening that prevents me from, you know, doing this sort of thing. Potion of free actions. Oh, dude, Argentina. What is up, Ivan Gonzalez? My climbing buddy, he's from Venezuela, but he spent some time in Argentina, so it's cool to interact with people far, far away like that. Let's buy 1 more potion of teleportation. I think we should be good. Like, I think I'm gonna have a little too much weight in potions if we don't get a move on soon. Okay, 1 more potion shop. Let's do it. Alright, potion of purification. That's easily done. I think that we've spent enough time traveling that we can go back to the dungeon. Like, it's probably reset by now. But just to be safe, we're going to sail out to Coegria. Trip cost. Available gold is 96. Oh, Micah, you've done it again. Alright, let's go sell some ingredients to get some cash. It's a bit late for me also, to be honest. It's only 9:19 here, but I try not to have any screen time at this hour normally, but you know, it's a special occasion, and I thought I'd give it a shot. Yeah, lately I've been trying to get to bed by like 10 p.m. if possible. Sounds a little. It makes me feel ancient to say it like that, but it's the truth. Okay, we're gonna go by. We don't even have to go by ship. We're trying to kill time here. Yeah. So in addition to outdoor climbing, which is kind of close for me, it's like a 30-minute drive to those areas where I could go climb. Okay, let's do a bit more of a cinematic thing by just like this. Yeah, we're entering Blackhead. Okay, cool. And Brazil, what is up? That's awesome, Martin. Yeah, what was I saying? I'm about 30 minutes from a couple of places where I can go do some outdoor bouldering, but that round trip was like an hour, and then even after you get there, it takes like 15 or 20 minutes to get to the place where you're going to climb, and it's just hard to find that kind of time in the day also. So I've gotten a bit more attached to just like heading outside and running outside of my front door. And that has been a lot of fun. Yeah, with the sleep schedule thing, I've been trying to wake up at 6 a.m. So I'm working on this theory. Let me know what you think about it, all right? Usually on the weekends, whenever you don't have work, you'd sleep in a bit later, right? I'm starting to think that sleeping in on the weekends doesn't make the weekends better. It actually makes the weekdays worse. My teeth are chattering uncontrollably. Because instead of like looking forward to sleeping in later like you would on the weekends, you're being forced to wake up earlier. The sleeping in on Sunday in particular can ruin your sleep schedule for Monday. So I've just been setting my alarm for 6 a.m. every day and trying to work it out. Let's see. We're gonna get some food. I think we have enough rations. Yeah, we have plenty of rations. With some leftovers. That's one of my favorite meals, IRL. Get a little bit of ale in our stomach, and we're gonna hit the trail. So I don't know. I was kind of considering doing the whole overland travel thing, but I think in the interest of time, we're just going to go over here to Singbury. Let's make sure I'm on my horse. Yeah. So I'm worried that we won't complete the Direnni Tower dungeon if I do the whole traveling overland all the time thing. Normally I'll like snip out a lot of that. Whoa. Through the magic of editing, and we won't have that luxury for this, and that's okay. Do a little quick save in case I fall through the map. And let's see if we can... I don't know if this mountain range is going to be safe for us to travel. If I die to fall damage like this, I'm definitely going to reload, by the way, just to be transparent. I've probably said that before, but like, I don't want terrain to kill me while fast traveling at like 10 times speed. Oh, you see, this is just the confusing part about it. I'm kind of in the middle of the air right here. I gave it the good old college try. I'm just going to warp over there. Hope y'all don't mind. Hello, Polly, and welcome. All right. This is perhaps my favorite dungeon in the game, and I don't know why. There's no good reason to really like this dungeon so much. But here we go. I vaguely know the direction that you're supposed to go to get to the quest target. We're seeking out Medora Direnni, who was essentially King Lysandas's secret lover before you know, he got unalived. Let's see. She's supposed to help us get some valuable information for our investigation. And the most intimidating part... Oh, let's see if we can get this guy. Yeah. Yeah. I love kicking stuff off. You all know this by now if you've seen the episodes. Love kicking stuff off of buildings. But yeah, we have a Daedra Seducer that's going to come after us. The Daedra Seducer is especially scary because she can drain our stamina very quickly. Where is she? I don't think I have the a strong enough material of a bow to like actually hit her here, so I'm trusting that she's going to close the gap. Okay. Okay. Gotta stay sharp here. Okay, she already hit my stamina once. There's always the option of not fighting her and running past, but man, Bogard doesn't like that, you know? Okay, we're gonna let... Okay, okay, look at that. We took down a Dangerous Seducer with only one stamina potion burned. That's pretty sweet. Are we far enough? No, okay. Of course we're not far enough away from enemies to rest here. There is a good spot to rest at the top of this spiral staircase. At times like this, I feel a bit conflicted because I feel like I shouldn't be metagaming too much. Like, Bogard's only been here a couple of times. Oh, hello. Okay, okay, hold up. I don't want to risk anything. I don't have the same intuition about how many hits he can take from certain enemies as I did whenever I played regularly. Alright, alright. I think we're far enough away from danger to set up camp here. Okay. Okay, so the trick with navigating somewhat in the direction of the quest target is to say this is the entrance. You want to go down to the bottom of the stairs here. You want to go up the spiral stairs, and then we're looking for a certain room. The room will have like a secret door, I believe. Is this it? No, it would be right there. Let's go to the next one. What is... Okay. I don't know if I need this lever, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it once, just, you know, assuming the developers wanted me to find it once. Is this my hidden door? No, it is not. I've got some bats here. Do I need their meat? I guess I could deal with some meat here. Sorry if I'm unable to monitor the chat much while I'm fighting, by the way. Still doing Iron Man stuff. Don't want to die. Okay. Oh yeah, I actually just figured this part out. I think that was not an enemy that shot at me. It's like a triggered thing whenever you walk past this platform that the tower shoots out a little... Yeah, yeah, because there's no enemy over here. It's kind of interesting. There's just this like creepy depiction of a crow with the eyeball plucked out. It's pretty sweet. All right. Hiya. I really love Bogard's skill set, and I kind of I live in a way where I try to what am I trying to say? In video games, I want my characters to have the same skills that I guess I want to have in real life, which is why Bogard climbs, he runs, he jumps, and I think his streetwise is pretty good too. I was thinking about making a video about the best air quotes skills in Daggerfall, when in fact it would just be the skills I like the most because they are most relatable to, and we all in our real lives have a sort of hero's journey thing going on. And so things like running, climbing, jumping, being nice to people, those are good skills for a hero to have in Daggerfall and in real life. But yeah, once you go up, I guess it's the third door on this other staircase, you click the hidden wall and pop down this little chute here, and we should be on our way toward Medora Direnni. That said, the other night whenever I was recording, it was really difficult for me to find my way, so... Alright, see the thing is, I don't really know where to go from here. So we're gonna figure it out. This looks like a lever. Let's go ahead and tap the lever. So I was in here one... Okay, yeah, okay, my map is still filled in, so that's interesting. Oh, thank you so much, Jirik. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Really means a lot to get donations like that. Especially because they seem to be out of the blue, just like the stream, I guess. So really appreciate the support. What am I gonna do here? Oh yeah, okay, so I was working on this cell block previously. I think I need to navigate back to this cell block. Let's go take a right and then go downward. Yeah, so one time I was walking Hudson around our block, and whenever I do this, I try to say hi to all of our neighbors that I can and stuff like that. And I saw a young man at the corner of the street playing a guitar, and I was like, okay, that's easy. Let's talk about guitars then. He was playing the song 1979 by the Smashing Pumpkins. And so, I don't know, things like that. It's like, okay, what's some common ground that I can use to make this person my friend? And, you know, we don't get to appreciate our IRL neighbors enough, I think. So I like finding opportunities to do that. Anyway, uh, I introduced him to my channel. Usually I'll tell people like, hey, I make YouTube stuff sometimes. Check it out if you want. And I don't expect anything of it, but um, he started living the um, the dream you all talk about of listening to Micah Raygon in the background. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much, Yvonne. That is awesome. Um, I really appreciate the support, and if you're wanting to encourage me to stream more often, that is that's a perfectly fine way to do it. You know, I'm supposed to be studying Greek at a time like this, but I'm playing video games instead. I wonder what my teacher will think about that. Uh, yeah. uh, I've heard from other streamers that there are other systems that you can use to make YouTube more profitable, but I feel like the moment I start chasing the profit, the less I enjoy YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like I was happy that this channel got monetized, but at what cost? You know, to my emotions and my fear of greed. So I hyped this up as going to be a kind of dangerous dungeon, but I'm just stomping on rats and okay, okay. Here's a dangerous enemy-ish. So Fran, the ghoul was not a vanilla monster. This is part of the not meter monsters, the Daggerfall enemy expansion. And in this case, that's a sprite from the. I wouldn't say it's imported from Arena, but it's an enemy from Arena that got brought in the enemy expansion mod. Okay. There are enemies nearby. I really would like to rest here, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. What if we can just use some bandages and call it a day? Yeah, I think there are a couple of YouTubers out there that do the whole the hardcore thing in Daggerfall, and I think the term hardcore was used in like Diablo 2. And I don't want to sound too much like a sweaty tryhard. This is just how I enjoy the game. Yeah, the enemy variety is a little bit lackluster in the original game. I still love it all, don't get me wrong. And the one time that I beat this game Iron Man style, it was with the uh-oh, this seems familiar to me. Oh yes, dude, I think we're getting closer. Okay, hold on. Let's see. West, Direnni, East, back home? Question mark? Because it's honestly there's more than one way back home. The thing about the enemy expansion mod and things like that is it rewrites the type of enemy that you're going to find in these main quest dungeons. So whenever I was playing this game Iron Man previously, I think it was in Shedungent, one of the earlier main quest dungeons you go into where you talk to Nilfgaard. She was like, her thing was full of homunculi, which are these another enemy from Arena that casts really dangerous spells, and they had like what are they called? Dremora Cherub. I forget what they're called. They're like Oblivion enemies. And you know, it just didn't feel like the thanks you guys again. And thank you from Kalen and Hudson, who are the real benefits of that. But yeah, it didn't feel like the original dungeon experience. So whenever I was playing with my bandit character doing the Iron Man run, I just used the original, the vanilla list, because like even if there's not a lot of variety, yeah, the churls, thank you. Even if there's not a lot of variety, they're still conducive to the gameplay loop, and the designers chose certain. They made the encounter tables deliberately for each dungeon. You know, it's good to be back. The best part about the this channel is really the support from the comments section and interacting with people here. So I do love Daggerfall, and I'm glad that it breathes. Oh, we got a live one. But you know, it's really just the conversation in the comments section that make it all worthwhile. Okay, this banner is a good sign also that we're getting closer to Medora. Oh, yep, here it is. This door will lead to Medora, but we have a little puzzle here to solve. Now, whenever I played this last time, I got it right the first time. I have this sequence written down in a notebook somewhere, but I just don't know where that notebook is. Um, so let's hope the stream doesn't come to a screeching halt right here. Where would the notebook be? I would really like to cheat by looking at my previous notes. What's your take on that? Is looking at my previous notes from this dungeon, like, is that cheating? I was really unsure about it, but it sure makes this this part of the dungeon a little less tedious. Because it's like a trial and error thing. You see, we have 3 walls and some more walls beyond this, and we have the risk of setting loose an ancient vampire if we do it wrong. I don't remember if I'm supposed to start with the one on the east wall, which is right here, or the one on the west. But let's just do this one and see. All right. I can get behind that. So this first lever, thanks again, Ivan. And sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Uric? I'm not sure. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, how do I... Okay, so I did the one on the east wall first. Let's do this one on the west wall next. If that doesn't seem to do much, then I'm just gonna go back. Okay, this is exactly what I needed to do. I'm fine with that result. Okay, remember, it's the one on the east wall and then the one on the west wall. Don't touch the north-south ones, okay? Yeah, the thing about... oh, what is this, a regular skeleton? The thing about the Daggerfall puzzles is they're often, like, not that, engaging? I don't know how to describe it. They're just fine. They're just serviceable. In Arena, they have, riddles at certain doors, and I think that would be really cute. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and hit a, let's see. It wouldn't necessarily be cheating if you had an excellent memory. Okay, that's a good point. And maybe that's what happened here since I got it right on the first try. It's kind of like my muscles knew what to do or my gut told me what to do. We're gonna do resist fire. Potion of purification, because I think I just got hit really badly. Okay, purification's probably at the top of the list. Yeah, I think we've got a Lich in our midst here. Unless they got changed up by the mods. This is true. Who was it that got stuck in the labyrinth? Was it Icarus? Oh, there's the Lich. Hold on. Okay, I might have to just... This is what the kids call getting locked in. Okay. Are we all out of regular healing? Because I don't really want to burn a full... Okay, we're burning a full. Alright. Gotta bob and weave some. Alright. Look at the pile of bones. Okay, paralyzed. We're ready for this. Free action, where you at? Free action, where you at? Top of the list. Look how bad I hoard these. That's... Okay. So, just imagine that Bogart is picking up skeletons and cracking their skulls into this guy's skull. Okay, do that for me. Yeah, this is the part where I snap his brittle bones on his undead minions. Okay, we killed the Lich. This is why I was... Oh, we have a magic mark. Not to be confused with... Never mind. Low-hanging fruit on that joke. Okay, we have a couple more skeletons to pound through. Are there more enemies in here? Okay. Okay, they're just... I didn't want to fight another Lich. Let's see. Specific sub... So you're talking about the race Imperial, right? Martin? Let me meditate on that for a second while I read Medora Direnni's thing. Any ideas? It really depends on... So, just think about this for a second, Martin, if you can. Whenever we are born into this life, like, I didn't choose to be, like, this mixture, like, this mutt of European ethnicities born in Texas. Like, that was given to me, you know what I mean? But what I do with my life, like, teaching, tech support, YouTube, running, climbing, those are my choices. So... whenever it comes to role-playing a certain race, it's difficult for me because while we do inherit a lot of cultural, like, a lot of culture from our race and our ethnicity, what we do with our characters, IRL or in video games, is largely up to us. And so, do with that what you will. Whenever I think of a gameplay, like a new character, I try to think of what the gameplay loop should be and what his interests are and go from there. What's up, Mr. Dominic and Davizera? Good to see y'all here. We just made our way through Direnni Tower. We found Medora Direnni, and she's going to give us a bit of info. Missed you too, Davizera. Greetings, Bogard. I am Medora Direnni, former sorceress to the court of Daggerfall. I have an interest in helping you in your aim to exorcise the spirit of King Lysandus, but I can do little in my present circumstances. I think that's because she's being held here against her will by some, magic mumbo jumbo. If you would pay a visit to a certain other sorceress, I can lift the curse on Direnni Tower. Will you do this for me? Yeah, just say the word. I will be in your debt, Bogard. Nulfaga, the mother of my former Lord Lysandus, is a renowned mystic, but I have heard whispers that the loss of her son has turned her mad with grief. If this is not true, she can and will help me. I need a certain rare item, the horn of a great unicorn, to break the curse on Direnni Tower. If Nulfaga is indeed mad, you must search her castle for this horn yourself and bring it back to me. I will expect you back in 61 days. Man, that's that kind of sucks. 61 days. I'm grumbling about the gameplay mechanism that I normally praise in this sort of situation, so I should put my money where my mouth is. Let's go ahead and pet the cat while we're here. Thank you. Meow, meow, meow. All right, fantastic. So this was a quicker dungeon romp than what I was expecting, but that's fine by me. I also really like Shedungent, so we're gonna go there next. And I guess we might need to restock on potions a bit, but let's see if I can remember my way out of here. We always do have a map, but how fun is it to try to navigate without your map? Okay, I think this is the right way. So speaking of exploring the map, so I stopped climbing so often so that I could be more present at my house in the weekends and stuff like that, and took up running. I still intend to do both of these, but I had this little side quest where I went to go find a paper map of my area, and so I went to like the town hall that I talk about in my my video where I'm playing Skyrim and talking about landmarks and stuff like that. I went to my local town hall and I just started talking to the NPCs there. I shouldn't talk about them like that. I started talking to the people there, asking if they knew where I could get a town map. They directed me to the Chamber of Commerce, so I hopped up into my car and drove down to the Chamber of Commerce, where they gave me a paper map of my town for free. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like they just gave me that for free 99. It's fantastic. And so I've started doing this thing where I want to explore as much of my world map as I can. And so I've actually mapped out a lot of my local area, and I've done a couple of larger runs. Like one morning I went on an 8 mile run, and I was like, oh, that was cool. I bet I could go further next time. Let me try to do 10 miles next time. But I got lost. Zigged and I zagged, and you know, I ended up in the part of town that I just was not familiar with. I obviously could have pulled out my phone because I use like the Strava app to track things, but I knew that if I went south and west, then I could get back. Oh, that looks like the way back home. No, that's actually the way to Direnni. Okay. Anyway, whenever I made my way back home, I was finally I checked my miles and I had gone 13.7 miles, technically like a little more than a half marathon. I was like, what the hell? When did I become a runner, you know? It's pretty fun. Let's see. I haven't done another journey like that since because I think I'm doing it irresponsibly. I was supposed to go help out at my church later that day, and I had a killer migraine like by the time the afternoon reached me because I think I just depleted all of my like nourishment and electrolytes and was like my brain was just begging for sweet release and the quietness of death. Because I had just spent so much time that morning running in a straight line, not in a straight line, but running. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything like healthier for me, and I want to say more broadly for everyone, but I know that's my bias here. Uh, okay, so note to self, I need to go this way, not straight whenever I come down here. Um, let's see. Yeah, thank you, Jurek. It is a lot of fun to let loose like this once in a while. My rationale, in addition to Hudson being gone for the night, so I have a bit more freedom, is I have to commute to my office in Deep Ellum tomorrow, and because of the commute, the time of the commute, this means I wake up at about 5:23, and I'm gonna be tired no matter what. So why not stay up a little bit longer than usual? Is that the right way to approach it? I don't know, but that certainly is the approach here. So maybe the stars will align like this more often. All right, well, we made it out of Direnni Tower in one piece. Let's drop a quick save. Yeah, the paper map IRL has been a lot of fun. I kind of want to show it off, but you know, I give up so much personal information on this channel that I don't want to just be like, I live in this town, and this is my address, and this is my IP address. You know, I trying to maintain some semblance of privacy once in a while. What's up, Jigglypuff? You were my favorite Smash character for a while there. There was a time whenever I was a teacher, my students would get me to play Smash, and I kind of couldn't pick a main. So I clicked random and ended up with Isabelle. So I gotta say, if I ever play Smash, Isabelle is my champion there. Yeah, my food's getting a bit ripe. Of course, I have a bunch of raw meat on me that I didn't care to. Hey, Mr. A, if I know how to upload the VOD, I will certainly take care of that. So, you can prioritize your sleep health, but I also know how fun it is to interact with chat. That's part of what made Adventure Art's channel so magical. Is I felt like I was a regular in his streams. And that was a lot of fun. Let's see. Just gonna go ahead and celebrate our victory here by getting some leftovers, some ale, some ale, some ale, and let's go ahead and get a room. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and rest it up some. It's actually 8 a.m., but you know what? Okay, we'll like. I think I traveled cautiously, so I did technically rest on the way here. Yeah, I'm not worried about the 6 hours thing, my guy. We're gonna deal with it as it comes to us, like we do every Thursday. The good thing about the days where I commute is that the snacks at my office are pretty dang great. I usually get there, and if I didn't pick up donuts on the way, I'll have like a couple Quaker oatmeal things. I really look forward to that oatmeal. It's free 99. They have really great coffee there too. Let's see. I like Ike also. Yoshi and Captain Falcon, always great. I like that one melee player has mastered Yoshi and made him competitive. Really cool. I'm really biased to like the Fire Emblem characters because I'm a big fan of the Fire Emblem series, but like playing Marth and things like that, I just feel like it's overdone. So I liked letting the dice determine it for me and choosing Isabelle like that. Oh, I'm getting drunk at 8 a.m. That's the way to do it. We are kind of like a scoundrelly sort. Martin, I don't know like the best, like the shortest answer to your question about why I want to study Greek, but it's ultimately to read the Septuagint and the Greek New Testament. That's a really tall order, but you know my teacher says if I do it just like 5 or 10 minutes a day, then I'll chip away at it eventually. It really is fascinating. Whenever you start studying a language, every time you sit down to do it, at least once you're past the point of understanding the basic grammatical concepts, you're kind of solving a puzzle each time you try to uncover the secrets of a new passage or decode the syntax. And so that's been some fun for me. Yeah, I have the Game Boy Advance games and a Game Boy SP that I'll boot up every now and then. I try to play Iron Man on that also. But man, am I bad at Fire Emblem. I get humbled even by like Sacred Stone's hard mode Iron Man, and that's supposed to be like one of the easiest ones. Let's see, we're gonna go by ship, I think. And yeah, Jigglypuff, Hudson and I are actually being received into the Orthodox Church of America on Saturday, so that's that's where I've been. I feel like I'm gonna scare some people off by talking about that, but that's something I shouldn't hide. So there we are. Let's see. Game Boy Advance SP is probably the, I don't want to say it's like the best handheld ever because my pool of data is so small. But I don't think as far as console gaming goes and handhelds goes, I don't think it gets better than the Game Boy Advance SP for the handheld and the PS2 for the console. And like that's largely just based on sorry, I lost my train of thought. The game pool, like the gameplay selection that you have there. Obviously, like the PlayStation 5 has better graphics and things like that, but if we're just talking about the games that you have your access to, man, PS2 is fantastic. Mr. Susan, about Seth, man, I don't even remember the chapter. I made it decently far in whenever I was playing Iron Man, but my paladins were, I think I was playing with Seth, or maybe I benched him for hard mode, but I don't really think that happened. Basically, I blundered to some boltings, or not physics, but like some far-ranged magic. I blundered to some boltings and to some RNG, but ultimately, like, I'm just bad at keeping track of all the considerations. Whenever you're like, I'm in Daggerfall, I can keep track of the considerations pretty well, but in Fire Emblem, like I'm just not good enough to have all the considerations, or I don't have enough time to complete the longer chapters in one session. Shedungent. And so I'll forget, like, oh yeah, I was supposed to look out for this, and I don't prepare for the maps properly and things like that. So yeah, I kind of set myself up for unsuccess, but I have a hard time playing anything but Iron Man because I just enjoy the playstyle so much. Even if I'm dying all the time, like it's just totally fine. And yeah, about the graphics on the PS2 and stuff like that. Let's see if we can travel recklessly since we are on kind of press for time. Oh, dude, did I remember to get my... Yeah, Siege Tomes. That's the broad term for it. Okay, I'm always scared I'm going to forget my horse, it seems like. Regarding the graphics on PS2 and SP, what's really beautiful about this era of gaming, whenever it was less possible to have photorealism, or just frankly impossible, is the shift was not on creating stuff that looked like real life. The focus was more on creating art. And boy, did they make some art for the PS1 and PS2 era of gaming. Like, I know that there are only a few polygons on the screen and stuff like that. But man, it was really, they sincerely do not make them like they used to. That's not entirely true. The indie games are usually pretty profoundly great these days. But I can't be bothered to learn new games. I instead just, I just play this game repeatedly because I don't want to learn new stuff. Somebody asked about Kaga Saga and those games like that. I don't know if I'll find like the motivation to play those games on this channel, mostly because I am so bad at them. But whenever I played Tearing Saga, I played it completely blind, and it was really, really catastrophically hard. And I missed out on so much content because I didn't have this conversation, I didn't recruit that person, I didn't know about this, weapon or item. Like, I didn't have any warp staffs whenever I played Tearing Saga. And so I would like to play it in just a way that, now that I watched Mecha's playthrough of it, that he did on his channel. Dude. Roke, if I'm saying that right, that is an awesome way for your run to end. Like, I hate to say it, but that is the beautiful, sad poetry of that. That's like something out of a Greek tragedy, which is like, he says that their Erica died to Seth, Seth being the knight that is like sworn to protect the princess. Like that's fantastic. Because it got hit by a spell that makes him attack the nearby enemies. That's one of the considerations you need to have. Like you always need to bring at least one recovery staff, hopefully two, if there's going to be berserk staffs on the map. But in addition to Tearing Saga, I do really like Thracia 7076. Oh, it's that song. Let's crank that Soldier Boy some. I hope we are warm enough to get there. It's only for the most hardy. Oh, Resist Frost. Thank you, Ralzar, for once upon a time telling me that Resist Frost will help me with this. Okay. I just want to travel over the land some. I know I really could and perhaps should just go straight to Shedungent, but you know, traveling over the land, it's pretty sweet. It also helps you with your time control a bit if you go this way. Do y'all remember if I quick saved before I really want to make sure I quick save. I'm so scared of like my game messing up on me. Hey BU, welcome back. Skyrim is a very fun one to replay as well. I struggle to find the same joy in Skyrim as I do in this game, but okay, whoa. Shit done. There we go. I think we're pretty close to it. Because I think that I don't know if I can make a character that's cooler than the character that I beat the game with, but that wasn't an Ironman playthrough. That was just like a playthrough, you know, where I just wanted to say that I beat Skyrim. I did it. Okay, fine. By the way, if you're thinking of playing an Imperial character, you know, you could always have him side with the Stormcloaks just to be, you know, edgy and contrarian. Or ignore that plotline altogether, which is also fun. Good night, eh? Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Groovy Welsh, I respect that a lot. Not finishing Skyrim. I mean, I eventually wanted to do it, so I made a character that it seemed like he played the part of like the Dovahkiin pretty well. He was like an old Nord that came out of retirement, basically. To help with the war, and then got roped into the Dovahkiin stuff. But I mostly just don't like being the Dovahkiin. Like I'm not into it. I don't think it's necessarily shallow. So I don't want to be mean about Skyrim. That's the thing, Davizera. Is like I hope I'm gonna say something about Skyrim. It's gonna turn off some people that like Skyrim. So, and I like Skyrim too. I play it a lot, or have played it a lot. But whenever we talk about terms like shallow or deep, well, on the deep end of the spectrum, you have stuff like Fallout 1 and 2 or Planescape Torment, and those games are almost so deep that I don't always want to play them, you know what I mean? Because the, yeah, it's just, Skyrim's more approachable because it, in a way, it's, the way it intentionally lacks complexity is kind of good for just, like, relaxing and spending some time with a game. And just the visuals of Skyrim are simply beautiful. On the only video that I've uploaded where I was playing Skyrim, I got some of the, you know, some YouTube snobbery because I don't mod the visuals, and I'm like, man, I'm perfectly fine with how it came out in 2011. I have some mods for gameplay and stuff like that. Also, my computer is not that great, so there's that to think about. Oh, hello. Got some more ghouls to beat up here. To be honest, I actually have not played many of Planescape, those old CRPGs that I think people on my channel might expect of me. But you know, I don't know what it is about it. It's like the learning curve to starting it is difficult, and my characters die a lot, and that makes me not want to play it. Of course, this is just, they expect you to reload the game and try again, but you know, I'm bad about that. But yeah, I play games like the Elder Scrolls games on repeat, kind of in a similar way that the people, like my wife and I, rewatch The Office a lot, or Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's just kind of a comforting thing to come back to that thing that you know and love. It's not always the healthiest thing. It's good to branch out and stuff like that. Okay, I'm gonna mark that I hit this lever real quick. Hit lever. Yep, we got it. Yeah, the last time I played Skyrim was actually for the... Oh, dude, my stamina. Whoa, dude, we almost died. What happened? Dude, that's actually kind of scary. I feel somewhat bad. Okay, purification. Okay. Hold up. I think I've heard of Magic Obscura, but I can't be sure right now. Now, I'm running for my life at this time, so I can't give it much more thought right now. I could have sworn there was an end of the tunnel around here somewhere. I don't want to camp. Okay, I'm just going to camp here. Okay. Ooh. I don't think I can... Oh, dude, level up. Okay. What do we even level up at this point? Strength is 100, endurance is 100. Our speed is only at 92, but we still have like a shirt of Notorga, which will enhance our speed. Maybe we dump some points into personality and luck. Maybe a little bit of willpower. Part of what I like about Skyrim is how approachable the like life simulation aspects of it are. Like, obviously Daggerfall is great for that as well. But I like sleeping in a tavern. I like waking up on a snowy morning and walking outside to chop some wood or hunt some deer. I like taking a dip in the pond. And while you can do a lot of that stuff in Daggerfall, like the world of Skyrim is clearly more like deliberately designed for that sort of thing. Okay, I was about to say that we don't have potions of stamina, but we still have 8 potions of stamina, so we are good to go on that front. I didn't want to explore any further if we were going to be out of stamina. Yeah, I think those were rogue mages they were hitting us with some damage stamina or something like that, or maybe it was just the poison that got to me. I've been enjoying, well, whenever I was playing video games more. Oh, dude, whoa. Okay, hold on. Is this okay? I don't want to fight an ancient lich. I don't want to fight an ancient lich. I know I'm Bogard and I should want to fight that thing, but dude, uh, oh gosh, dude. I wasn't prepared to be fighting ancient liches, but this is Mudex. This is Monsters Unleveled, isn't it? Um, Yeah, I was enjoying Morrowind quite a bit. I have some like footage of my character recorded. I always think about maybe I'll just like record an episode where I talk over it, discuss some sort of topic while using the Morrowind footage I have. But I never actually find a way to like I never find something I feel like talking about that much. Because I don't want to sit down and record that often. So there we go. Oblivion is a lot of fun too. It's just the combat in it is something that I'm having a hard time. It's been kind of egregious for me playing Oblivion's combat, even with the monsters unleveled and like removing the egregious level scaling in Oblivion. Like the world is so beautiful, but the combat is just kind of hard to want to play. You know what I mean? It's like I have this character who's like it's an Ironman character, of course, and I rolled the birth sign and she got the Lord birth sign, which means that she can cast a restoration spell on herself. And even though she doesn't know restoration, like I still do it because that's like an innate thing in my opinion for the birth sign. So she just never died, and now I'm fighting these like even a group of goblins will have a warlord or two in it, and I just sit there plugging them full of like 50 arrows, and I'm like, my goodness, dude, can't you just like die already so I can go on to the next part of the game? So I love Oblivion. Don't get me wrong. It always has a special place in my heart. It's my first RPG. But the tedium is very real with that, high level encounters like that. You're right, Mr. Groovy Welsh. There are mods that can fix the level scaling some. Oscuro's Oblivion Overhaul is the most common one. I used Francesco's Oblivion Overhaul for years. But ultimately, whenever I'm playing Oblivion, I'm playing it for the landscapes. Oh, dude, there's the Lich again. I'm playing it for the landscapes and the music. My goodness, the music. I don't know if y'all saw the video of mine where I was living in Vivek and just kind of walking around talking to NPCs, but I have a save file set up to do the same thing for Coral in Oblivion, but I just can't pull the trigger of like, I'm going to dedicate, 2 or 3 hours of my life to this instead of running today. But the beauty of those cities and towns, even if they're small and more symbolic of what the actual population would be, it's real microcosms of what the cities in the game are like, from a lore perspective. They're still very enjoyable and peaceful. I still use Oscuro's Oblivion Overhaul, but I'm so scared of trying new mods in games like that, and like Oblivion, that because I don't want to break the game. I don't want to think about it too much. I don't know about any like more recent stuff. So maybe someone in the chat will have a better idea for you there. The difference between Sky Oblivion and OpenMW and Daggerfall Unity is that aren't you playing the world of Oblivion in Skyrim? And this has like this kind of implication that the system of Skyrim is better than Oblivion's. And while I don't love Oblivion's combat, I'm not a big fan of Skyrim's either. And so like I don't know if that's exactly an improvement to me. Okay, I guess I gotta go start exploring this way. I can't believe we found an ancient Lich. It's pretty cool. Oh, it's Nick, the Guided by Voices fan. What is up? Have you ever seen that video on YouTube that's like Tim Heidecker talking about Guided by Voices? He does this impression of the singer that is just so like hilarious and spot on. I really love it. Tim Heidecker is someone I really, really appreciate. I found a video recently that's like 12 hours of on cinema at the cinema. And as much as I talk about not having background music on, I sure do love having some on cinema at the cinema on the background while I work. It's good that they're repurposing the shout system. The shout system is honestly what drove me away from Skyrim, even back in 2011, whenever I wasn't such a... I don't want to call myself a... I don't want to call myself too much of a snob with these things. I'm just someone who has played a lot, and so I have like a specific tastes. What was I looking for here? I was gonna use a potion of seeking to see if we could cut to the chase some here. West and higher. There we go. Okay, well we have a corridor going westward right here, so that's good. Or is this a dead end? Don't really have time to fight enemies right now if I want to make the most out of this potion, so let's just keep... almost said speed running. That's not exactly what's... Oh, northwest higher. That's a good ping. EOS. Northwest higher. Okay. Oh, okay, we don't need to go there anyway. But we're at the end of our rope for the westerly. Oh, this is a west higher one, so let's go ahead and west higher. Okay, that's a typical mage. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of skeletons. That's kind of telegraphing a lich in that area to me. I wonder if we just dip. Yeah, horrible hordes adds a huge group of... Oh, I could get very easily cornered in there. Horrible hordes adds mobs around certain powerful enemies, such as liches. Okay, I'm gonna back it up some. Because we succeeded in finding a path to the west, but we did not succeed at finding a path that goes higher. I want to avoid that. I'm assuming it could be another ancient lich that got added to this dungeon's table. Okay, this is of course dead end. Okay, let me get caught up a bit here. Okay, so what I was saying about the shouts in Skyrim, a lot of the shouts replaced the mysticism spells and certain spells in Oblivion. So it makes sense for Sky Oblivion to repurpose shouts like that. But that was one of the gripes I had with it, is like, what happened to the School of Mysticism? Why can't we cast Detect Life anymore? And there probably is like a retcon or like a little reason for it. But, you know, it's a little bit irksome whenever player options are limited. But you see this happening with almost every iteration of Elder Scrolls, you know, with skills being removed and stuff like that. What I didn't like is that the Skyrim developers really, really, really want you to be the Dovahkiin. I don't want to be the damn Dovahkiin. I want to be a dude with a sword running around, and you know, I don't want to shout. I don't want to have that, you know, the super strong guy messianic prophecy trope all the time. Thank you, Minion. It's good to be back. Yeah, yeah. In the Guided by Voices video, Tim Heidecker, he does like that great impression, but he's like, yeah, this string of albums is really, really great. I haven't listened to a lot of Guided by Voices. It's just a few albums, kind of like the ones he's describing. And yeah, these dungeons are really cozy. Let's see. Friend, I'm not sure which game you're referring to. If we're still talking about Oblivion, I'm confident there are mods out there like that, but I'm not sure that add weapon variety. What is up? Dill is chill. Detect Life is an alteration spell in Skyrim. Okay, that might have been something I overlooked. All right. Okay. Hey, West Higher, what do you know? So it turns out that we need to get up higher. How do we do this? That's the dead end. Over here we fought the Lich. This was West Higher. I feel like it's telegraphing to me that I need to be in a different cell block. But maybe we should just explore this a bit further. Did I hit this lever yet? It's not marked, so we better hit this lever. Hit lever. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the Spriggans in Skyrim are terrifying in a very satisfying way. It's always good to have like a real threat to your character. I had some very fun Iron Man Skyrim characters. West Higher again. I should still mark that. One of my most memorable ones was a high speech mercantile sort of character who I used the advanced following. What's it called? Amazing follower tweaks mod. Uh-oh. Is this our boy? Okay, this is just a regular mage. Anyway, what's behind him? I thought I saw another mage behind him. I don't want to get got. Okay. Oh, dude. Dude, he's there. There he is. Okay, okay. Guys, if something happens to Bogart here, it's been real. But I feel like we're gonna have to fight some of these eventually. So we're gonna hit resist fire. We're gonna go in for it. We're gonna try to just bob and weave correctly to avoid the physical attacks. We have so much health. We have so much health. Okay, purification. Come on. Come on. Come on. Alright, Ancient Lich down. Bogard, he, Okay, Bogard, you did it again, you son of a bitch. Oh man, I love that feeling. Pano, with your question about thaumaturgy, I do agree that it's better lumped in with mysticism than as its own thing. So, I'm not sure if there's like a specific reason to keep it around as something different, honestly, besides the kind of aesthetic reasons, like if you wanted to play some sort of mystic. Well, that's perhaps countering my point. Okay, yeah, it should just be mysticism. Davizera, I've tried playing Stalker a few times, but for some reason I end up losing motivation. Not because I think there's anything wrong with the game, but because I simply stopped playing it at a certain point. I don't know what to describe it. Yeah, thaumaturgy is just like wonderworking. Basically, if you saw, you know, somebody in the New Testament or the Old Testament performing miracles, okay, we're gonna call that thaumaturgy. You know, you can be producing food, boom, it's thaumaturgy. If you see someone making plants grow, boom, it's thaumaturgy. They're making the head of an axe float on water, boom, thaumaturgy. That's my understanding, at least. Yo, Luke in the flesh. Yep, my first stream, buddy boy. We're really doing it big here. Yeah, so that nerd, the Necromancer Acolyte, I grabbed his face with my palm and kind of like ran with it along the wall like an anime character there for a second and grinded his brain off. It's no big deal. Grinded his brain off sounds like some bad phrasing there. The one bow stat affects a lot of things. Oh, dude. We found some chests here. It mostly improves your luck, which in turn improves a lot of other things. Yeah, I think I would like Stalker a lot, but why don't I keep playing it, you know? I don't understand. And it's because I play Daggerfall. Whenever I get, like, lost in a game and I'm not motivated to play it, I just play Daggerfall. That's my secret, you guys. Let's go ahead and flip some switches here. Have we gone any higher? We've gone lower. Son of a gun. I'm gonna go ahead and hit these. Okay, it's taking me a minute to actually... Did that hit me? I just lost some health. Did the lever hit me? Imagine dying, like losing your Ironman run because the lever hits you. We're almost out of light sources. We're about to have to start grabbing stuff off the wall here. Okay, we could be in it for the long haul with this dungeon, but thankfully, besides the occasional ancient lich, it's been pretty laid back, and I can kind of just chat. In addition to quitting most video games recently, I decided that Magic the Gathering was taking up too much brain space and like occupying too much of my mind, and I stopped playing Limited, which is the easiest way to make it take up less brain space. But lately I've been thinking, you know, I could just, you know, buy some Pauper decks and play some Pauper. It's like playing with commons only. The metagame there is actually really fun. But even then, buying a stack of commons of the right metagame will set you back quite a bit. So, not a ton, but like 30 or 40 bucks. And what am I doing spending 30 or 40 bucks on stuff like that? You know, I don't understand. Whenever I think about things that only give me pleasure and don't do anything besides give me pleasure, I often think, like, what's in it for me? You know, if I'm just having fun. Because fun is different from satisfaction, and satisfaction is different from pleasure. Okay, we have found ourselves in a dead end over here. I think we're going to fight off this undead horde, this necromancer, and camp up in this little thing here. Yeah, the Pauper meta is surprisingly stable. It's pretty sweet. I think mono red is pretty killer, but that's okay. I can live with that. You know, mono red always feels like BS, you know what I mean? It's hard to be faster than that. It's hard to have board wipes that take care of all those creatures in that kind of format. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh seems, I don't know how to describe it. It seems almost, at least as time-consuming as Magic, but the issue is, like, I'm really interested in playing the limited format in Magic the Gathering, and that means that you're, like, you know, Wizards of the Coast release new sets every other day, it seems like, and each set has a bunch of new spells that you have to learn about, and the meta shifts with every new set, and you have to know every card effect. Oh, and you have to use real money or in-game currency to play on Magic Arena or Magic Online to keep playing them. Oh, and if you lose more than you win because the draft didn't go well, yeah, you're not getting that in-game currency back, so more microtransactions for you, buddy, or grinding for gold. And it's just like the in-game economy is just so laborious that, like, why even care? And so you just take the pill and stop caring. Luke, man, please don't talk to me about this the secret lair stuff that they do, bro. It's so weird. I mean, it's cute that they're doing SpongeBob Secret Lair, but I wish there was something close to a thematic cohesion in Magic the Gathering, and all the secret lairs and you know, other universes prevent the thematic cohesion. The obvious answer is like, bro, just build commander decks with the thematic cohesion you want. But then if you're doing it on theme alone, you're largely not going to be keeping up with the rest of your pod that has like good decks, you know what I mean? I am curious, like I'll at least look at and see what the SpongeBob cards are, of course. Yeah, the Groovy Welsh, the whole thing about them being expensive, that is so true. I could, on the one hand, I could maybe negotiate for like, okay, I'll spend this amount of money on myself for this hobby, but the real cost of a lot of these card games is the time it takes to be good at them. And you know, I struggle with this a lot of things. Like I want to one sec, hit lever. I want to be good at chess, but to be good at chess, I have to spend quite a good amount of time practicing chess. And like, you know, sometimes I don't want to do that. Because like the road to greatness in chess or most competitive efforts is steep. And whenever you're playing a card game or chess, like what is even the reward of your greatness? You're good at that thing. Fantastic. Way to go. You're not even like ripped like you would be if you were great at rock climbing or something like that. So I like to know chess well enough to play with my buddies, and it's fun to do like puzzles on Lee chess and stuff like that. And you know, the same can be applied to these traditional card games. They are fun, but man, the better you want to be at them, the more time it's going to consume, and that's kind of a no-go for me. I've been wandering aimlessly with like very little thought about what's going on my map, so let me see what I can do. How many hours did it take to be good at Daggerfall? Dude, I have no clue. It's a one-player game, so like you're your own metric, you know? You're as good as at Daggerfall as you are. Oh, are we got a closet chess GM in the chat? Or is he being ironic? It's honestly hard to tell. So what I heard about Yu-Gi-Oh is that it's so driven by archetypes and the meta is so solved, air quotes, that it's I would get what you mean, Ninja Bunny, about it, how it's a bit easier to figure out. Okay. But Magic the Gathering has a plethora of formats, which is a good and a bad thing. I think we need to get, dude. It turns out Daggerfall's dungeons are kind of big. I want to go. Do I have to go past where the Lich was to make progress? I think I want to find my way to a different cell block entirely. Yeah, I have a list of like 4 pauper decks for Magic the Gathering that I emailed to myself where I'm like, you know, if I ever feel like splurging, I'll buy a few decks for me and my friends to play with. It would also be cool to develop a pauper cube. There's some really good cubes out there. That's like drafting, but you do it with a pool of cards that you've curated. All right. Okay, there he is. There's another Lich. We know that we can do it, so I'm going to go back here. I think I'm being weighed down by loot. No, I'm just feeling slow. Regardless, we should put on our straps of Notorgo here. Oh yeah, I suck really bad at chess also, but boy is it fun. You know, whenever you're actually feeling yourself learning about tactics and pulling them off in a game. The struggle is whenever you're playing with IRL friends, is like finding hold on, is there a resist fire? I don't know if I have resist fire. If I don't have resist fire, I might run past. Okay, yeah, running past. It's hard to find a good skill level with IRL friends where it's like I'm not stomping the other person and it's a fair game. Or often, okay, I guess we're just fighting him. Often it comes down to like who at our poor skill level makes the first blunder, you know what I mean? And that's not always great. For example, I played with my friend at church this weekend and it was fun and all that, but he really didn't have much of a chance. and I'm not even that good. But if I were to play with Luke here in the chat, I'm pretty sure he'd have me like, you know, 8 games out of 10 or something like that. Like he thinks things through better than I do, and that's what decides the games. League, I've heard, can take up a lot of time. Thankfully, I was never drawn much to MOBAs. I was bad at them and didn't care to learn them. You'll hear me say that about a lot of competitive games. The only competitive game that I tried for even just a moment was Rainbow Six Siege. But boy, is that a toxic video game you got there when you're playing Rainbow Six Siege. And just the learning the maps and all of that is so laborious that it's like, just spare me, man, spare me. You'd have me right where you want me, Luke. That's the thing. Cornered. Okay, we have another potion of seeking. Let's go ahead and burn it. You know, do y'all remember if the unicorn horn shows up in the same spot every time? I think it does not. But I remember seeing it in this area that's kind of like a cute little bedroom area. It's a really nice place to be. One of my favorite parts of Shedungent is that bedroom area. Some minor clipping happening through here. North higher, so we're still below it. Let's see. I think Siege is a really fun game. If I had one complaint besides the sweats, what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, I think it's kind of, I don't want to say ruined, but I don't like that every competitive game has a season system, and I don't like the growing list of operators that you have to keep up with. It's kind of like content creators who create content for the sake of producing content, and like they do it for their job or they need money or something like that. It's different from it being something you do for passion. And like that first list of operators that you start with in Rainbow Six Siege, that's a passion project. But like, you know, 50 seasons later, surely they're just running out of ideas and throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. You know, that's perhaps an unfair way to view it. But this is, I think, something that happens a lot with. Okay, we got another North Higher pop up here. With season-based games that I grow kind of tired of. I don't know what Dawn to Dawn is, or if I do know what it is, I don't know that I know what it is, you know? Okay, we gotta start stealing some torches off the wall. We do have a bit of lantern oil left, but I don't really want to use them yet. Yeah. This is like the thematic cohesion thing we were talking about earlier. The Rainbow Six operators, like they get more and more sci-fi, I feel like, the further you get on. Like, I really like that, oh, this dude's special ability is he has a sledgehammer. Man, the importance of inventory really making itself known there. Or, oh, this guy's special ability, he has a shotgun on his AR. Fantastic. But then, like, the more, you know, Isaac Asimov you get about it, maybe that's not the best example, is like really, I don't know, it makes the game feel a bit different. It was a lot of fun to play with some friends. I felt like I would often slow them down because they were better at it, but, you know, that's okay. It is just a game. Yeah, the whole people that play Siege know which lines of sight to watch at the beginning of each map. Are we out of the Potion of Seeking? I think we are. Oh, dude, and I went down. This is crazy. I'm not sure how to escalate properly. Something I struggle with in my real job, by the way, is escalating things properly. Am I right, fellas? Because tech support joke, am I right, fellas? Alright, hold on. Yeah, they do have to keep adding things to the gameplay model, but like, so it's not Siege's fault. It's just like that's just the world we are living in, with where multiplayer video games are right now. I like the honestly, if I had to play any first person shooter, I actually kind of like the Halo game that's out right now. I don't remember what it's called. But whenever I would play it with my brother, it was a lot of fun. Oh, dude, look. Our dungeon's normally this large. We're playing Daggerfall, my friend. This is like, we've scratched the surface of this dungeon, to be honest. This is why I feel it's kind of risky to play Daggerfall on stream, because a lot of this, like running through corridors, I would cut out, or there was one time where I tampered with, or toyed with accelerating the gameplay footage. But yeah, this is a procedurally generated dungeon with several cell blocks. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the thing here. I've been through the dungeon once, so my character has the hint, and I just want to explore the other side of the dungeon. Look at our buddy, by the way. Is his name Sekamat or something like that? Oh, he doesn't like me enough to talk to me, the dragon. Yeah, the Daggerfall dungeons are something you get lost in. It's not like in Oblivion or Skyrim where it's like a very neat loop, you know what I mean? This is something with a that is meant to represent a living and breathing ecosystem of monsters, kind of like what you'd see in Dungeon Meshi. You know, every dungeon basically, except for some, or it's like a mega dungeon. There are options for making the dungeons smaller, at least the generic ones. I think there's a mod that makes the main quest dungeon smaller, but I think it was not really in its final form and got taken down. Perhaps Cliffworms has fixed it and uploaded it since then. Okay, I'm just trying to... Oh, dude, how many ancient liches am I gonna fight? Okay. Just kind of give him the juke, because I really want to go up higher. Oh, man. There's another ancient lich on my tail. The thing is... Okay, so the more I run... Oh, dude, this is getting scary. And if I have to... If I have to run away, I'm gonna be really far from my quest target on a short times. Okay. Short amount of time. Okay. Yeah, not there. Let's just go ahead and... We're gonna have to set up shop at this corridor. I do like Darkest Dungeon, although I did not finish it. It has a lot of the old school dungeon crawling aspects that I like about damage control and party management. Don't forget the second avalanche. Where does he get this stuff? Okay. Oh man, that was exhausting. And we are still not at a higher altitude. We're getting closer to being at a higher altitude. Yeah, I made it a couple dungeons into Darkest Dungeon, but I can't... It's kind of like Stalker. It's like, I think on paper I really like this game, so why do I just play Daggerfall instead, you know? I think whenever I was younger, I had more time to experiment with video games, but my priorities have shifted, and that's okay with me. Now, how the hell do I get higher up? I just... Okay, here's a door. I go westward along the wiggly path. I wonder how long we've been going. I started at like 9 o'clock. I'll probably have like a hard cutoff at 11 p.m., which is in about half an hour. Dude, oh look at him, he nukes his minions. It's so hilarious. I'm actually gonna run back and use some of my bandages if I have some. Kind of take cover here. I generally like a lot of games that are known as tactics, you know, not just like Fire Emblem, but Hard West was one of them. Phantom Doctrine is another good one. I haven't finished that one, but Hard West was a lot of fun. I like the notion of taking cover and having action points and things like that. Okay, okay, we still have heal true. If I can just time my bobbing and weaving correctly to not get hit by his melee, I'll be in much better shape. It's kind of interesting that this is like a physical melee attack, but he's like hurling a Chidori at your chest, it looks like, some ball of lightning. But this is like his melee attack. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Dude, sometimes you just don't hit the enemy, you know? Okay, come on. This is some luck on this thing, man. But I don't want to run away because I've already sunk so many resources into it, you know? Okay, okay. Holy mackerel, my dude. Oh, look at this soul trap. It's worth 8,000, but I can't sell it to anyone. Oh, Valkyrie Chronicles. You know, that's a... I think I used to have Valkyrie or Valkyria Chronicles 2 on the PS2. It has a certain sort of Final Fantasy, like PS2 era Final Fantasy aesthetic to it that makes it really, really charming. I was too young to have really like learned the system though. Really, really beautiful art, you know, and the aesthetic was great. I think we're getting closer, but I honestly don't remember if this is like a quest item that changes its location, or if it spawns in that one consistent like bedroom area only. This is surely a dead end, but we ought to check it out. Ancient Lich, just super ultra, definitely for sure this time died. We grabbed its phylactery and flushed it down the toilet, so we know it's gone for good. It's like some Goosebumps episode or book. Yeah, that was very scary. I was at one more hit from death several times during that fight. But you know, it would definitely suck if Bogard gets killed. Don't get me wrong, but if he gets killed, then I get to make a new character. Now, I'm not going to go seek out death or anything like that, but I do love me some new characters. There's the secret door. Oh, okay, I totally was thinking about a different game, wasn't I? Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, Valkyria Chronicles, Valkyria Profile is different games. Yeah, okay, so I think this unicorn horn does show up in a static spot, because this is where I remember finding it. It's actually an absurdly cute spot. I mean, look at this. Look at this, and it's like, oh, you made it to the end of this dungeon crawl. Have a quick rest, buddy. Don't mind if I dooba-dooba-doo, my bro. Thank you. We'll grab a little bit of loot. This is some jokes books. Invocation of Azura. I'll take it. No, I want to click on the werewolf. I mean the unicorn horn. What are ghouls and why are they in the Elder Scrolls? Well, you see, buddy, the ghouls were from Elder Scrolls Arena, and they just got ported in. I don't know why they're in, but I'm sure it has something to do with necromancy. Anime and World War II. I can get behind that. You know, speaking of anime and World War II, I was kind of disappointed whenever JoJo Part 9... No, JoJo Part 8 had nothing to do with, like... What am I trying to say? JoJo Jolien went from, like, Part 7 being set in the 1800s, like, you know, Part 1 was, and then Part 8 just goes straight to another modern setting, and I'm like, well, dude, why didn't we have, like, some World War II stand arc, you know what I mean? And I missed the period pieces in JoJo. Hey, congrats, Bogard Masterton. You are now a master of hand-to-hand, one of the finest practitioners of hand-to-hand in Tamriel. Damn right I am. How cool is that I polished my skills on an ancient lich or two, and then that was like the milestone that did it for us. That's fantastic. Um, okay. So we have the thing we need. You know what that means, right? Let's go ahead and take our potion of teleport. We're gonna teleport. We're gonna have to buy a new house. That's okay. Buy a new horse. Potion of teleport. Set the anchor. Okay. Hey, there's an alchemist right here. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't mean to disrespect Jojo Jolian. I did enjoy reading it a lot. I love the lore surrounding the stone people in particular, and the protagonists are a lot of fun. I just really would have liked to have seen some more period pieces, and that's, I mean, that's not to say it's never going to happen, but my teeth are chattering uncontrollably. Okay, I haven't kept up with part 9 because it's been difficult for me to find places to read it. A few chapters of it. What's up, William? So that dungeon, that's where Medora Direnni sent us. She has a curse that's placed on her that keeps her confined to Direnni Tower. So she sends us into the Shedungent, the dungeon where Nulfaga, King Lysandra's mother, lives. So we had to go there to get a giant unicorn horn or something like that. So we got the unicorn horn, and we just warped out of it back to the Isle of Balfiera. I think we're a little too close to my bedtime for me to keep playing, but it would be cool to kind of speed run the Tower of Direnni and get the horn back to what's her name, to Direnni. Let's see. Just for a while, 8 hours. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. I think this is it, y'all. I had a lot of fun playing Daggerfall and chatting with all of you. I'm afraid that if I keep going, I'm going to do the whole, like, oh, just 5 more minutes, mom, sort of thing, and push my bedtime further and further into the night. Let me see what's that about. Okay. Thanks again, everyone, for watching. Let me make sure I save the game. Pugilist, there we go. Yeah, I'm sure once part 9 is like finalized, I'll read it too. But anyway, it was a lot of fun streaming for the first time. It's glad to see a lot of the familiar faces from the comment section out here in the chat. And, you know, maybe we can do this again sometime. Just sleep through all of tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I'll rest and meditate on what I've learned. All right, take care, y'all. Have a good night.